The undefeated Eagles. It's been an incredible start to their season, but there's storylines sprinkled in to their first 3 wins. We're gonna walk you through them and why this week in particular the chapter book just keeps turning. Week 1, as we affectionately called it, it was the Deuce Staley Bowl. Deuce Staley is now coordinator with the Detroit Lions, and Deuce Staley played for 7 seasons with the Eagles, and he would run touchdowns in the end zone. Deuce! He is affectionately known as Deuce everywhere he goes. But the Eagles, they go to Detroit. They ran out of Detroit with Motor City with a win. It was fantastic. 1-0 they start. Week 2, Monday Night Football. They host the Minnesota Vikings. Turn and don't listen to this, Vikings fan. Don't listen to the story. It was not a pretty sight. Brutal. But the connection there is Jalen Reagor. Week before, he had gotten traded to the Vikings. He goes in, absolutely shut down by the Eagles defense, and Jalen Hurts ran all over the Vikings in that game. 2-0 after Week 2. Week 3, Carson Wentz with the Washington Commanders. He has bounced around, quarterback for different teams, but now he's with the Commanders. 2017, he tears his ACL. The Eagles go on to win a Super Bowl, but he was a part of that team. He was a part of the fabric. He was affectionately known within the Eagles fan base until things started to not go great with Philadelphia. So now they go down, they win, they beat the Commanders.
But we got Week 4.
3-0. Week 4.
Storyline.
Someone that has a statue in the city of brotherly love. It would be one Doug Peterson, and it would be Nick Foles running the Philly special. They don't get to see Doug Peterson too often except cemented in their city. And now the Jaguars, who are also on fire right now, are going to play the Eagles. Eagles unbeaten. 3-0, going up against a Jaguars team. I am so fired up for this game. This, to me, was like Bills-Dolphins last week.
Yes.
I cannot wait. What do you guys think about this one?
I mean, I'm fired up about Doug Peterson going back. You say, hey, how are they going to welcome him? Cue the Meek Mill song, Nightmares and Dreams. Hold up, wait a minute. Yes, that was a song during the Super Bowl. Philly was going insane. They're going to be cheering. They're going to welcome Doug Peterson with open arms. I love that story.
You know, it's funny you say that. there was a storyline going on that, like, will they boo Peterson? Absolutely not.
Can't.
First of all, the Eagles are 3-0. So if they were 0-3 and Peterson comes in and he's fire and brimstone. But I think I go even deeper than that. Like, if Corey Clement ever wants to walk into Philadelphia, he will never have to buy a drink. If Trey Burton ever wants to go to Philadelphia, he will never have to buy a drink. Nick Foles ever wants to go into a Philadelphia. It's always sunny in Philadelphia for all of these men, including Doug Peterson. I feel like all of these guys are going to be legends forever in Philadelphia lore. And as much as we want to make this a revenge game or something, like, Doug was fired. The fans aren't going to be like, oh, we don't like you that you left us. He would have been there if they kept him. He's no longer there. And really quick, can I shout out someone?
Yeah, please do.
Brian Johnson is the quarterback's coach in Philadelphia. He has known Jalen Hurts since he was an infant. He was with the University of Florida as their offensive coordinator 2 years ago. They hired, if you want to talk about a rising stock right now, this guy, 35 years old, former Utah quarterback, Brian Johnson is going to be an NFL head coach someday, and he is showing his stuff right now with the Eagles.
That's like a Schrager's ones to watch.
That is
like he will be a guy.
Oh,
that's incredible. Meanwhile, we took the double-decker bus tour yesterday all around London. We saw a lot of statues. We learned a lot. There's an Abraham Lincoln statue here in London.
Not sitting down.
No, standing. And there's a George Washington statue.
Something unique about it,
It's incredible. Yeah, they said, tell the story, Jay.
George Washington said he would never step foot in this country. So they went to U.S., got some dirt, and they put it right underneath.
Pretty cool.
So he's still standing on soil in the United States.
It's incredible. Standing on a big dub, too, George Washington. But back to statues. Doug Peterson has one. We just showed it. Would you just dab?
Yes, he did.
Peterson did an American Revolution dab.
That was for Washington.
Dab.
You know, you show up in those bright red coats, they kind of stick out. Never mind. Anyway,
I'm an Eagles fan guy.
There we go.
I've been doing this all week. It's kind of gassy now. Can I talk about the Eagles and the Jaguars?
Yeah,
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
to. The reason I'm bringing up the statue thing, what is more about what Peter's talking about, is that this is an icon who's coming back. And listen, Allen Iverson doesn't have a statue in Philadelphia. No. Andy Reid certainly doesn't. The Broad Street Bullies, you can go, Hall & Oates, Will Smith.
Clark doesn't have one?
No, I don't, maybe he does. We'll call me on that. But my point is that Doug Peterson is there. And we were all like, I remember, it reminds me of when Russ was going back to Seattle, and we're like, oh, they'll cheer for him. They didn't cheer for him at all. No. But I think some different circumstance. I mean, the exit was a little ugly with Doug, but guys, you're Philadelphia. He won you a Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think
do you think George Washington did the gritty over the British? Or no, I'm stopping here.
I think Eagles fans are physically incapable of clapping for somebody. Doug Peterson, no matter how that ended in Philadelphia, I think he's in the right spot. I think he has found himself a wonderful home in Jacksonville. He's exactly who Trevor Lawrence needed to have the season start.
How do we feel about Doug Peterson?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, you waited a
You got
long
it.
time.
That's it.
We've learned this much about British people while we're here. Like, they drive really, what we find to be really respectfully
Totally.
Yes.
and patient.
They don't
and
use the horn.
They don't use the horn. Yeah, people laugh
This
at
guy
us.
goes, really?
Yeah, yes.
This British guy.
Yes.
You should compare them to New Yorkers.
Jamie's been here all of 72 hours, so
Yeah,
I agree with
this is
Jamie.
my observation. Yeah, I've been in the back seat of a van for about 70 of those 72 hours.
How about the flip side of this? Are we ready for a 3-1 Jacksonville Jaguars team? Like
am.
they're one of the best teams in the league. If they beat, I mean, the Eagles are 1 in the power rankings.
Yes,
If
yes.
Jacksonville wins this game, they're a top 5 team in the NFL right now. Jacksonville.
Jaguars play the
Jacksonville-
Broncos over here in a few weeks, and if the Jags have a couple wins, like, you know, they're the hometown team of London,
Yeah.
the Jaguars. Like, this could be a thing, could be an international
Yeah.
thing, and a lot of people behind me are like, are they? I don't
It
know.
hasn't been that way as of late, so
Jaguars.
it would be awesome.